that series, Mr. Steadfast. There's our player in the bottom right-hand side. He is, excuse me, the Polish Protoss player playing from Seoul, South Korea, representing Alpha X. It is ArT.
And his opponent spawning up in the top left, he is also from Poland.
Ooh.
It is the red Terran player. Give it up for Cascades souL.
A little bit of a civil war going on here. Okay. Now. Yep. We're going to say it now. I'm going to get it out of the way because I'm probably going to say it 400 times anyway. But yes, ArT is in South Korea right now. He is still playing on the European servers because this is DreamHack Masters EU and he believes it is only fair. Although they probably would have met in the middle if they ask. Anyway, he's playing with about 260 ping. So his micro won't be quite as clean. We have seen some fun builds from him. 2-base carrier builds against Zerg, things like that. But it's going to be very difficult. He is studying Asian languages with a focus on Korean. I asked him. So that's exciting in, like the best university that you can go to in South Korea if you are not Korean. So that's very cool for ArT. And I like ArT. He's always been very nice to me. So it'll be fun. This game, we have pretty standard. We do have a Nexus going down for the Cybercore, which is ambitious. That first Reaper can be a nuisance when you go for this opening as ArT. souL is going for the Reaper as well. So this could be annoying. I may force a probe pull, but nothing too scary so far, Steadfast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised that he would go for the Nexus before Cybercore, knowing that he's playing with so much ping.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make microing those probes very difficult, and souL, knowing that that is the case, is probably more likely to go for Reaper. These days, Marine first builds are a lot more common than they used to be. I think that's Beyond who's mainly responsible for that. Beyond, maybe a little bit of TY, kind of meta setters, trend setters. But souL, yeah, he's just going to be like, okay, well, let's see how you can deal with a Reaper. And now his Adept is going to be, you know, like 10 seconds later, 15 seconds later than normal. Yeah, I'm surprised by it. Yeah,
I kind of am too. I mean, I guess the logic here is, for one, Romanticide is quite a long map. The rush distance isn't spectacularly short. So the Adept, if it is chrono, does get out at a decent time. And we see a few shots have gone off. The Reaper is annoying. Oh, actually, the Reaper grenade going against him there. But ArT is able to hold on. He doesn't lose anything, which is nice. He's going to be able to chase this Reaper and maybe get at least one more shot off as well, forcing the Reaper now into a full retreat so it can regen. This is pretty good for ArT. He's, you know, as we said, that next eye was done a little quicker. There's a quick blink coming out of ArT as well. souL is getting, is it just a 1 Hellion? Yeah, probably for a deep dive, right? Some scouting. Starport 111 here. souL is a player we expect to play macro.
Oh, yeah. The meme is that, you know, he's Cyril's practice partner, not partners practor. He's Cyril's practice partner. You ever have that where your brain just is like, I'm just not going to do what you tell me to? Yeah,
every day of my life, every second as well. For someone who talks for a living, I'm really bad at talking, Dave.
Well, you heard it there, me too, so you're not the only one.
Yeah. Robo, how many gateways are we looking at? Okay, so only one being added on for a total of 2 here. For a second, I was thinking this could have been something a little more aggressive, like 3-gate blink. But no, just the 2 gates here. Very Hearthstone-esque here from ArT to go for a low gateway count, most likely into a 3rd. We are seeing Widow Mines. Yep, they are now done, and I believe loaded up to a medevac very shortly. For souL, and this is the difficult thing to deal with if you're playing with ping. This Reaper, though, it looks like it's going to... What a god.
That was a magnificent grenade. Oh, that was a dead Reaper, and souL turned it into not a dead Reaper.
Yeah. Wow.
That was actually one of the best grenades I've seen in a while. Triple Widow Mine drop coming down. Ooh, did the Nexus actually spot it? It's very limited vision, so I don't think so. And, well,
I've seen it now.
Oh, okay, this pylon will see it. And Blink is done. Here. No stalkers in position.
No, nothing here just yet. We see 2... Oof, okay, it was actually just the Hellion and 2. Blink forward here, that is going to get a stalker. And another one softened up, but the medevac goes down. This is a great hold so far from ArT, despite the fact that he's playing with ping, as I've said 100 times. Reaper coming in as well, trying to get 1 kill, will get 1, could maybe get a second. Nope, not enough DPS coming down, but 2 workers for a medevac and 2 mines and the Reaper. That's a fantastic start here from ArT. He'll be feeling very happy that his quick blink has paid off. He has his 3rd Nexus down and just about to complete. So ArT, I mean, I'd say 1-0 to ArT at this point.
Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. You know what? Let's just get right into map 2. Why even bother playing it out?
I mean, 1-0 in this map. In this map. He's up 1-0. It's a football game. This is just the first half.
1-0. If you'd said 1-0, I would have totally, I would have picked up on it and been like, okay, yeah, we're heading into, like minute 35, and it's nice 1-0 lead for Arsenal.
Oh, come on now. Because how American owners, Arsenal. WB coming down here for souL, looking to power up in the mid game as we kind of anticipated here. He's adding on a bunch of racks. His +1 is going to start, as we said. No stim just yet. Really delayed at this point. But the Raven's going to come in even. This is my favorite harass unit in the game because it just decimates probes. The blink forward here, it will get dealt with, but a pretty decent pull. The Raven only spending energy, not bad there from souL by any means. ArT up at 56 probes though, he's powering them up, and he's going straight into a Templar Archive steadfast.
Yeah, he is. So to kind of break it down how that went, whenever you go for that Widowmine drop, your goal is to get a double probe pull with that. Because realistically, you're not expecting that the Protoss player is, going to take too much damage. You're probably hoping for 2 probes, but you're hoping for a lot of lost mining time. He got the 1 probe pull, which was pretty good. And as you said, souL is a huge fan of that macro, going straight up into the 3rd command center behind that. Gets his double engineering bays started before starting stim. And, I mean, ArT, it felt like he dealt with everything so well. But souL, he is just so good at this macro. I've always felt that souL had macro that was disproportionately good to every other Terran player in Europe. And now we're finally starting to see him put I say finally, but like for the last couple of years, put together the other pieces of the puzzle. And now he ends up with more units than other players.
Yeah, and I mean, already take a look at the supply. There's a 24 supply difference here, and it's not like our Protoss player has been struggling. He is floating a little bit of the old minerals, and actually, that's super cute there from souL in order to take out that observer with the auto turret. And we see Stalkers moving out of position here. There is the possibility of a turret coming down, maybe. There are only a couple here. Prism is out for ArT, but souL already getting his Ghost Academy. He's already moving up in terms of his tech tree, getting to a position where he's going to be able to fight the Storm Drop army without too much of a problem. I do think ArT maybe has a window of opportunity to find something, but if he's going to spend a lot of time like killing rocks and stuff, it could be scary. Storm is done, and this push from souL, there's no medevacs with it, so this could be very, very scary.
Yeah, it absolutely could, but look at this. Oh my god, this has become souL's trademark. Widowmine drop in the natural while threatening the front, and then he just doesn't push. He just doesn't push, keeps his army alive. Like you said, it was a little bit dangerous to be out there with the other stuff. Now a double Widowmine drop into the... And it's even more damage. 18 probes in total going down.
Oh, just felt a bit sick as a Protoss player. Okay, and all of a sudden souL has a pretty hefty economic lead behind this. His 4th base is coming down outside of his 3rd. He's got a decent army pushing across as well to pressure if there is if the 4th base was taken to the south or a 5th base went down early. souL is in the driver's seat right now. His 1-1 is done. He has not yet started 2-2, instead opting to go for a hiccup, quicker ghosts. There we go, 2-2 starting up now. Enhanced Shockwave, 25% done. Does take a while, of course, to research that upgrade. +1 armor about to finish up to even up the upgrades here for our Protoss player, who still does have a very strong army with a lot of zealots with charge. There's not many Widow Mines on the field, only 2. And if he can catch the tanks, nice save here from souL. Blink.
Oh,
bit late.
There's that lag.
Yeah.
That latency. Oh, jeez.
Ah.
Oop.
Another Widowmine hit here. It's softened up a lot of these Stalkers, and it kind of makes the push up the ramp difficult. You want the innate tankiness of Stalkers and Zealots to be in full effect here. Vikings on the way as well to give some high ground vision, maybe for the tanks. Of course, Colossus will most likely not be the switch at this point in the game. I'd imagine Disruptor's more likely, but I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. 2-2 is pretty even across the board. Actually, it's only +2, just the 1 upgrade for our Protoss player, so souL will pull ahead there for now. Defense is a nice for ArT. If ArT can get maxed and there's an opportunity, but late game fights against one of the best late game Terrans who doesn't have a ping advantage is going to be scary.
Yeah, exactly. You were right about those disruptors. I think that is the right call here, especially, you know, seeing those ghosts. It does imply... well, I mean, just disruptors are just so good against ghosts. Like, they give you so much opportunity. Oh, nice scan comes down, clears out that observer, pushes the army back. I want to talk... Oh, we might not get the opportunity, actually.
No, the EMP connected.
Yeah, we're going to see souL try and just push right here to a win. Doesn't scan forward. It doesn't know that there's those disruptors just yet. That's a very optimistic disruptor shot, but just kind of a zoning shot. So I want to talk about how souL went home earlier in the middle of the map. When he saw that army, he was like, I have an army that doesn't actually fight all that well in the open. And he really, really made the effort to get out of there and recognized that even though he had a bit of an army supply lead, bit of an army value lead, he just wasn't going to trade all that efficiently if he did in fact fight. And it was just a really mature decision, and I like that.
Yeah, behind this we are seeing the transition into Liberators most likely coming into effect here. The army right now of our Protoss player is split. That's a big storm as well. The second one isn't quite as efficient, but one good storm. Oh, the EMP on the backside. Oh, okay. Purification overcatch and some mines as well here. These mines are very annoying and unfortunate. The energy a little bit low. Archon, you're brave. Is this a bait? Is this a magnet? As our good friend Destiny once called it. He called it something else, but I can't say that. Liberators, as we said, coming out here. The advanced ballistics is about halfway done. Blink DTs coming in for ArT, and ArT has flown down that fleet beacon. Going to be moving into late game sky toss if he can survive, but it's a very scary army that he has to contend with.
Yeah, no kidding. And 3-3 is already on the way. We're already seeing advanced ballistics and the +1 air weapons and a nuke being built.
I don't think the nuke's going to be able to do so much, I'm afraid, Steadfast. souL has just kind of just pierced his way through right now. He's going to take down the base. He's also found some damage at the very north side. And I mean, that's a lot of dead Protoss up here as well. And now the base gets killed again, not even a cancel. That's so much money. The robotics facility and bay all in this forward location. Why have you built it there? Because it's now going to go down. That means no more disruptors. Tempests are on the way, but it's a long time until they're fully out here. These disruptors need some magical shots, Steadfast.
Oh, look at that. Look at that predictive EMP on the War Prism right there in case that had dropped. And there, okay, I was going to say, is there no observer? There was. Yeah, that was a magnificent fight out of souL. Oh, God, those Widow Mines just absolutely devastating. And souL, oh, he is really hunting for these High Templar. Oh, man. Once again, that latency making itself shown right there. Yeah. Still great dodge from souL.
Tempests? These Tempests are Zealots,
oh, God.
Oh, no, that's such a big loss to lose one Tempest this early, and it will be cleaned up, but the Zealots... Can you please kill it? Okay.
Do me a favor and take a look at the battle report from the last minute or so.
Jeez.
It is so brutal. It is massively in favor of souL.
30 Zealots went down. That's so much. Plus, of course, that Tempest, very expensive. Does souL managed to somehow kill one of his own medevacs and an SCV, which is impressive. We still have the possibility of storm drops here, of course, but Liberators are going to make that even trickier. They can come down, they can drop, but then they're just going to get shot down. That's a big storm on the south side. A nuclear missile has also been called down, and I'm not entirely sure where. I think it's probably in a place. There we go. On that third base here. This base goes down as well, and with the nuke landing on the third very shortly. 44 dead probes in just a few moments, and just like that, souL doubles the worker supply. The army of ArT is still decent, but it's not fantastic. The biggest EMP ever, and just like that, GG, souL takes map 1.
Holy crap, what a dominating performance out of souL. I know that a lot of these games today on the B stream have been a little bit one-sided, but for me, they've actually been kind of fun to watch because they've been such master classes from the players, and this one was no different. souL played exactly the game he was looking to play, and it turned out perfectly for him.
Yeah, and the best thing of all is we got to see that nuclear missile go down and kill like 25 probes instantly. Oh, it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. Either that or it's the vaccine. We will be going into map 2 very shortly, and it's going to be 2K Atmos, another newer, quite standard map, follows a pretty traditional zigzagging pattern. I really enjoy this map aesthetically as well as the way it plays out. Getting a third base, not too bad. Getting a fourth base can be a bloody nightmare, as you're kind of vulnerable. Why is Marine Lord randomly in this lobby? Okay, there we go. Go on, out. I mean, if we're to look at this, it's exactly what we kind of expected, right? souL he did okay in the early game, certainly, but not dominating. And then in the late game, just, wow, holy crap, how do you beat him?
Yeah, it really is. That's the thing about souL too, is like, because, you know, he's lauded as being Cyril's late game practice partner.
Yeah.
People oftentimes don't realize how sharp some of his like early and mid game timings are, and how good he is in that phase of the game. Of course, I would say that his late game is his strong suit, but he is still so good at all the other aspects.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason right now that he is above Mana, Hearthstone, Hellraiser, sort of an ArT in this group, behind only Lambo and souL, who, I mean, Lambo's in the form of his career, and souL's like a relatively okay, slightly above average player. So it's certainly telling. I'd love to see souL. I think if you give souL a bracket stage, you give him time to prepare for opponents, he is going to be devastatingly good. I think this could be his time.
Yeah, I would love to see it. It's been a long time coming, and hopefully we will. As we get into game number 2, spawning down in the bottom left, representing Alpha X, it is the Blue Protoss player ArT.
And his opponent, he leads the series 1-0, representing Cascade Esports and Poland. Also, the Red Terran player, it's souL. Have you seen the movie souL?
Oh my god, that was such a good movie.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
Oh, you gotta check it out.
Okay, I'll watch it.
It is actually one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. Well, like it is truly top tier. Sorry?
I'm a 30-year-old child, so I love a good Disney movie. Like some of them are tip top. I've seen a lot of them, but not any of these like modern, like brand new ones. Like I haven't seen Raya and the Last Dragon. I haven't seen souL. I think they're the only two. Anyway, sorry, distracted. I do this. Everything looking pretty normal. Looks like ArT is most likely going to be going for that Nexus again first. He's not sent a probe down just yet. So maybe opting against that. It's going to be Cybercore first here. Doesn't want to take any risks knowing that he is down 1-0. We do have the Marine, though, coming in from souL, who kind of figures this out psychically, psycho-telekinetically, and knows he can go for that slightly greedier opening.
Yeah, no, this is kind of nice. And oh man, ArT, he has to. Okay, I was gonna say he knows the timings of the Marine coming out, so he has to get out of there as soon as possible. Now I don't think the probe saw the Marine pop out. Yeah, no, he was at the bottom of the ramp, so he didn't see what that was. So that's always a little bit annoying. It means you know, we saw in the previous game a couple of probes stayed up in the main base while making sure that the Reaper wasn't gonna come and get there. But I mean, it's not the end of the world that he doesn't see it. It's just a little bit of nice information when you do.
Yeah. I guess by this point he kind of probably knows because the Reaper would have been here. So it's kind of, it's not a lot. We can see the Adept is going to pop out now for our Protoss player. He'll probably send that straight across the map just to confirm what he's playing against. It may, well, that's a quick Stargate before Warp Gate as well. So probably. I mean, it's the second quickest you can go, as he did get an Adept first. But apart from that, yeah, it's a very, very quick Stargate. I would anticipate quick Oracles here from ArT. It's scary, though, to play like Oracles with ping. We are going to see some Reactor Hellions coming in from souL. Yeah. Oh, I haven't seen this in ages, Steadfast.
Yeah, it's a build that for like a few months was one of the most popular builds. Like I feel like you saw it in every best of 5 TVP and like 30% of games.
And TVT as well, like loads.
I feel like I haven't seen it as much in TVT, but that'd be that would be cool to see it.
Yeah, Ufama was doing it for a bit. Anyway,
yeah. That's a really nice find, killing the Adept.
Yeah, only showing the 2 Hellions. Now, 2 Hellions souL in the last game only went for the one that she used to scout, so maybe showing 2 Hellions gives a little bit more information. We might see a wall go up here. That would be kind of the expected response, to see a wall in the front, and we can see that has begun its lifespan. But that's not what it's going to be. We have a Cyclone coming in to deal with any drops, which I love here from souL. A few Marines as well to support that. But the biggest threat right now is these 4 Hellions. Now, one of them is a little bit soft, a little bit weak. The Oracle has stayed home, which is going to end up being so big. This has now been scouted. It went over that pylon, I believe.
No, it did not. There was no vision.
Not? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it didn't have. So now he sees it as the probes start going down.
The lift is nice. Any 4 workers dead so far isn't the worst in the world, but he's even going to save that last one. That's so cute. But this is where it really gets scary.
Oh, yes, it is. Honestly, this is not that bad, though.
One more volley would change my mind, maybe. Oh, if he gets this! Okay, 9 is not so bad for the 4. It's okay, I'd say. Like, both players probably not like, oh, I'm so angry. This is the end of the game. And we're seeing a real committal to Phoenixes now from ArT. Taking a page out of Goblin's book. I'm interested, has he got a Robo yet? No, I wouldn't be surprised to see that go down to move into a Phoenix Colossus style, if he's not going like second Stargate or anything wild like that. Third Nexus has come down as well here. Viking number 1 on the way. There are 2 Cyclones though. I mean, yeah, you can just follow him or you can do something about it. There we go. ArT's going to have control of the map though for the next couple of minutes, whilst the Vikings pop out, and yeah, I quite like this situation for ArT. I think it's good for both players. I think souL's probably slightly ahead, but now here comes that counter damage.
Yeah, we are going to see some Adepts thinking about shading forward. They decide with the number of Marines and the Cyclones there and the positioning from souL, not going to happen. souL did do a lot of damage there. It's not as much as we're maybe used to seeing, but going for the 3rd command center behind us is really, really nice. Oh, these Cyclones!
Oh, that's nice.
Get the lock on, but that very, very clutch timing. And now the Viking actually going to go a little bit too far forward, but no, it's going to pick off the Oracle. Yeah. Great target fire from souL right there.
Yeah, souL definitely getting the better out that when all is said and done. Now, this push has lost a bit of oomph because the Cyclones aren't here to lock onto the Phoenixes from afar, and the tank can, of course, just be lifted. The Viking is also low and would go down quite quickly to stop the zoning. So this is going to allow ArT to get his 3rd base up. He's getting 3 batteries. I'm not saying he needs all 3, to be honest with you. In fact, souL is turning around and going home. Maybe better to spend that money elsewhere. Work account, souL is ahead, which we'll be very happy with as a Terran player. His 3rd CC, there we go, cancel on 1. That's okay. 3rd CC is now an orbital and will be taking off and going towards its new home. 3 extra gateways coming in, +1 armor coming in. That's the first upgrade of the game for our Protoss player, and just +1. No, sorry, 1/1 here for our Terran as well as Stim and Combat Shield. So we're all just powering up for a mid game now.
Yeah, this was a brilliant little push out of souL, though. The decision to just go across the map, threaten, and then immediately turn around.
Yeah.
It was great. It forced out. Now, one of the shield batteries was canceled, but it forced out at least a 2nd shield battery. I think he built all 3 in response to that. So, you know, it's the cancel cost of the 3rd shield battery and those 2 extra batteries, and it cost souL nothing. In fact, he killed an Oracle while it was happening, which means no revelation, and that is huge. Now, Phoenixes do get a little bit of counter damage on the other side, picking off 3 SCVs, but souL, he is cooking in this game.
Yeah, his everything he needs right now is getting there. He's at the kind of point where right now he doesn't have the upgrades for his bio. He doesn't have that many medevacs out, only now going up to his first 2 even. So if souL can have enough time to get his 3rd saturated, defended, and then get all of his bio upgrades out, he's going to hit a point where he is very scary. He is more difficult to deal with for a Protoss army that is purely ground-based, plus some Phoenixes. There's no splash yet. Blinkers on the way. It's going to be very Zealot heavy, but there's 8 gates already. That's pretty decent here from ArT, but he's going to need to start making the most of it. There's that robotics bay as kind of anticipated, as well as a 2nd robo. So now it's kind of swung the other foot where souL is strong. His upgrades are finishing, but ArT is going to be weak because he doesn't have tech just yet. Nice catch though.
Yeah, that's a really, really nice catch, finding that Phoenix. It does, well, I mean, it was a nice catch stopping the medevacs from getting in, but it was an also nice catch getting the Phoenix. And yeah, if souL pushes right now, I can't think of a way how ArT can actually deal with it without these Colossi or Disruptors. This is just such a massive army value and supply lead for souL.
Yeah,
and upgrade lead even. He's 1-1 versus no upgrade. Or, well, sorry, +1 armor. Oh, that's a lot of charge lots, though.
That's a lot of charge lots, and the Marines are already a little low, but look at the army behind it. And some of those charge lots got sort of thinned out before they could really do much. The force field, oh my god, the Widow Mines were just massive. All of the Zealots evaporated steadfast.
Oh my god, those were the biggest Widow Mines I've seen against Zealots in a long time. Stim coming out once again, and souL is just going to crush through and will take the 2-0.